Chapati is a beloved flatbread enjoyed across Africa. It is a simple bread made with just a few ingredients. You can find chapati at any meal. It is perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. To make chapati, you will need just a few simple ingredients. All-purpose flour forms the base of the dough. Warm water helps to bind the dough together. A touch of salt adds flavor. Finally, oil is needed for binding and to make the chapati soft. Let's start with the flour. All-purpose flour is the most commonly used type for making chapatis, but you can also use whole wheat flour if you prefer a healthier option. The flour should be fresh and free from any lumps. Sifting the flour before use can help to aerate it, making your chapatis lighter and fluffier. Next, we have warm water. The temperature of the water is crucial. It should be warm but not hot. Warm water helps to activate the gluten in the flour, which is essential for the elasticity of the dough. This elasticity is what allows the chapatis to puff up beautifully when cooked. Measure the water carefully to ensure the right consistency of the dough. Salt is another key ingredient. While it may seem like a small addition, salt plays a significant role in enhancing the flavor of your chapatis. A pinch of salt is usually enough, but you can adjust the amount according to your taste preferences. Make sure to mix the salt evenly with the flour to ensure a consistent flavor throughout the dough. Lastly, we have oil. Adding a small amount of oil to the dough helps to keep the chapatis soft and pliable. You can use any type of cooking oil, but vegetable oil or ghee is commonly used. The oil not only helps in binding the dough, but also adds a subtle richness to the chapatis. Be careful not to add too much oil, as it can make the dough greasy and difficult to work with. Now that we have gathered all our ingredients, we are ready to start making the dough. Remember, the quality of your ingredients will directly impact the taste and texture of your chapatis, so choose them wisely. In a large bowl, combine the flour and salt. Slowly add the warm water while mixing. Knead the dough until it is smooth and elastic. This may take up to 10 minutes. Cover the dough and allow it to rest for at least 30 minutes. This allows the gluten to relax. The process of making dough is both an art and a science. The right balance of ingredients and technique can make all the difference. Start by measuring out your flour and salt accurately. Use a kitchen scale for the best results. The type of flour you use can also affect the texture and flavor of your dough. Bread flour, for instance, has a higher protein content, which helps in developing more gluten, making the dough more elastic and chewy. On the other hand, all-purpose flour is more versatile and can be used for a variety of recipes. When adding water, make sure it is warm but not hot. The ideal temperature is around 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Warm water helps activate the yeast if you're using any, and it also makes the dough easier to knead. Pour the water slowly into the flour mixture while stirring continuously. This ensures that the water is evenly distributed and helps in forming a cohesive dough. Kneading is a crucial step in dough making. It helps to develop the gluten network, which gives the dough its structure and elasticity. To knead the dough, press it with the heel of your hand, fold it over and rotate it. Repeat this process for about 10 minutes. You will know the dough is ready when it becomes smooth and elastic. If the dough is too sticky, you can add a little more flour, but be careful not to add too much, as it can make the dough tough. Once the dough is kneaded, cover it with a damp cloth or plastic wrap. This prevents the dough from drying out. Allow the dough to rest for at least 30 minutes. This resting period is essential, as it allows the gluten to relax, making the dough easier to roll out or shape. During this time, the dough may also rise slightly, depending on the type of flour and the temperature of your kitchen. Crafting the perfect dough takes practice and patience, but the results are well worth the effort. Whether you are making bread, pizza, or pastries, a well-made dough is the foundation of any great recipe. So take your time, follow these steps, and enjoy the process of creating something delicious from scratch. Begin by dividing the dough into small, even-sized balls. This step is crucial to ensure that each chapati cooks evenly. Take your time to make sure each ball is smooth and free of cracks. Once you have your dough balls ready, it's time to roll them out. Sprinkle a little flour on your rolling surface to prevent sticking. Using a rolling pin, gently roll each ball into a thin circle, about 6 to 8 inches in diameter. The thinner you roll the dough, the more delicate and tender your chapati will be. Next, heat a flat skillet or tava over medium heat. It's important to get the temperature just right. Too hot and the chapati will burn, too cool and it won't cook properly. Place the rolled out dough onto the hot skillet. Cook each chapati for 1 to 2 minutes on the first side. You'll notice it starting to puff up slightly and small bubbles forming. This is a good sign that the dough is cooking through. Flip the chapati and cook for another 1 to 2 minutes on the other side. Look for brown spots to know it's done. Once cooked, remove the chapati from the skillet and immediately brush it with melted butter or ghee. This not only adds a delicious flavor, but also keeps the chapati soft. Serve the chapati warm, ideally right off the skillet. They pair wonderfully with a variety of dishes, from curries to grilled meats. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and the delightful taste of homemade chapati.